Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Running Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am joined, as always, by, yes, he is a grown man, my boy Sped over here. What's going on, Sped?
Babyface Sped's back. Oh, wait, hold on. I made an appearance. Took off the mask. All right, here it is.
And yes, all YouTube ex-viewers, he is actually over 18. Please don't flag us for having a minor on the stream. I know he does not have any facial hair, but please like make sure you know that and don't flag us going in the future. We can't afford not having any viewers.
Exactly. It's like what they said when Hoovy 2 and Ray had to take off their mask back in WCW back in the day. They're like, all right, listen, they are grown men, okay?
These are grown men in our ring.
They are grown men. Those dudes really did look like they're underage when they took those masks off, right?
Yes, I promise we don't have children out here doing predictions. We are all over age 18. And it's a big week. It's WrestleMania week, gentlemen. We're finally here. The longest WrestleMania build, I think, in the history of the professional wrestling business is finally coming to a close. We are on the go-home shows, and we're going to do our Stand and Deliver predictions. Anybody that watches NXT knows that not the whole card is kind of fleshed out, so we're going to have some other announcements and things like that we're going to go through, talk about some of the stuff on Tuesday. We'll make our predictions, and we could not do it this week on WrestleMania Stand and Deliver week without some special guests. So I will introduce them right now. You see John Anthony from Chairshot Sports, who's been with us a few times, CEO of Chairshot Sports and a good friend of the channel. What's going on, John?
Nothing much, man. I'd like to welcome you guys, having me back into the kingdom. And whose house?
That's still Mike's house. Still Mike's house. But could be your house, depending on how these predictions go.
That's amazing.
Also joining us, you see underneath me, he is a original of the show. He was actually a part of the show before it became the official run-in, back when it was the Thursday night triple threat. He is EC. You see him all the time at NXT shows. A lot of photography on his X that he gets at NXT shows. Great shots of live wrestling, live interactions with the wrestlers there at NXT. What's going on, EC? Good to see you again, brother.
Good to see y'all. Glad to be back. It's been too long. Great live interactions is one way of putting it.
What's going on, Stampede?
But you see under him, I mean, John is at Chairshot Sports on X. Obviously great content. He's got a show on Wednesdays. He's got some other stuff going on that I know he will promote later on, and we will talk about some WrestleMania stuff. EC, you see at ECBITW down there at his X. That's where you go to see all the great photography that he has every week. He will be at NXT. He will be at Stnd and Deliver. Hopefully at some other shows. He's going to be doing some stuff this week for WrestleMania in Las Vegas. So safe travels for that too. I know we'll talk about it again at the end of the show, but while that's on my mind, make sure everything's good there. And we look forward to seeing all the content you guys are going to be putting out.
Thank you.
But we are here for one reason.
If you guys want to see EC mark out, go look up CM Punk's return to Chicago. He's front row, and boom, you see his ass right there.
Yeah, the whole time too. It's kind of embarrassing.
It's funny. I played the game.
CM Punk, man.
Every time I know he's in an arena, I play a game. Where's Waldo? But I play Where's EC, and I don't even care who's coming. I'm like, where's he at? Where's he at? All right.
With the CM Punk thing, it's one of those things where people make fun of me all the time for it. But I'm like, I don't. If you didn't react the same way in Chicago at CM Punk returning to WWE, then you don't care about this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to do some predictions?
Let's do it, baby.
All right, and I'm not sure where the guests went there.
They went bye.
Look at that bell.
There it is. So we are also introducing a brand new NXT Predictions Championship belt that will go to the winner of this. You see the side plates on there. If you guys win, we will put your logo on as the side plates as well. Right now, it's got both me and Sped on there, even though it should just have mine because I'm the champion. But whatever. I'm gracious.
Whoa! I was gonna keep it like that, even if I won.
Nope, we're putting side plates on there. I made an executive decision. You may not have known about it till just now, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Congratulations.
I'll
We get
put
to do
side
side
plates on it.
He can make that decision when he grows his facial hair back.
Yeah,
When
you can
I'm
make
a man
grown
again.
decisions when you look like a grown up again.
Grown man discussion, Sped.
Yeah.
Make sure all three of us have facial hair. Sped. One of these things is not like.
Hey, listen.
One of these is different than the other.
Yeah, one of these things.
Somebody find this man at the kids' table. What are we doing?
Get out of here.
Just think,
Get out.
if you make better decisions in your predictions than you did with your razor, you may actually win that belt.
Hey, listen. It was me versus the Razor, and I lost right here. This side.
But
I
you lost all together because that part's not just going; it's all gone. So you lost
I had to
completely,
make it
not
all
just right
go
there.
away. I had to make it all go away.
You can't keep roasting out because everyone knows if you lose the promo, you're gonna win the belt. We gotta stop. We gotta stop.
Oh, that's true. That's how about WWE Logic states I need to shut the hell up. So we'll get into our predictions.
That's funny. I
He'll do
love
what
it.
He'll do what Dominic can and win a title.
Hey, hold on. You gotta wait till WrestleMania.
Fully expect him to only grow back a mustache, just the Dominic mustache, and just keep that and only that.
No.
My wife said if I did that, she would divorce me. So no, I can't do that.
I mean, priorities. Come on now.
I shaved this. You gotta divorce me, so I gotta.
Do you want to be married, or do you want to have great content on the channel?
He's like, do you want to be married or be a champion?
Well, it's about choices. It's about choices.
Can't have both.
Yeah, bro.
Look, I literally heard somebody earlier today on a TV show. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? So that's what you got to decide.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's true. That is true. Yeah,
Oh,
can't be both.
no.
Oh my
What's
god.
up, Urban Raj from the
Hi,
Urban Raj
Ty.
podcast?
High tide. High tide.
High tide.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
You
every
can
time
see
I
them.
it.
You can see them every Tuesday night, 8 Central, on the Urban Raj podcast. They are also joining us on our Wednesday show that we talked about on the behind the scenes. We are actually explaining WrestleMania to Herb and Raj, who are casual fans who only watch the PLEs, so they don't know everything that's going on. So we actually have a show on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Central, explaining WrestleMania to Herb and Raj. So make sure you tune into both of those shows this week as well.
And
Yes,
I
sir,
watch the
John.
product religiously. I watch you guys show on Thursday. Yo, Sped, keep the Gators name out your
Yeah.
mouth. Keep it out
Yeah,
your
hold on,
mouth.
time out.
I heard you
And
run your mouth.
stop-
I heard it
stop-
on Thursday. You keep it out of your mouth.
Never, never.
Stop doing that.
FSU,
Stop
man.
doing that stupid tomahawk chop.
What was that? Steve, what was that? you see?
He's not an FSU fan. He loves Georgia. That's the Georgia boy right there.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
no,
dogs.
All of us are in the house. This is great. SEC?
Yes,
I'm in
sir.
it.
Well, kind of.
I'm an
Um,
ACC.
We're the Florida
fan.
State. And they're a wannabe SEC. They want to be in the SEC, but we're
They
like, nah, we're
really
good.
do. And they're like, nah, you guys can't even win a game last year. What are you talking about?
It's one of those situations where in public it's not you, it's us. But in the back room, we're like, no, it's them.
It's them.
It's really
It's
them.
them. No, I will agree with that. I agree with that.
Imagine being in the worst conference in the Power Five and still not being able to compete.
Oh.
That's true, though.
That's great.
It's true.
There's no lies spoken. Tell them when he's telling lies.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. It's like last season. This EC over here was on me about FSU. They're like, hey, they lost again. Look at them. They can't even score a touchdown. Oh my god.
They went all the way to Ireland to lose to Georgia Tech.
Yep, that's what he said too. He
Good
goes,
point.
yeah. He goes, you flew all the way to Ireland to lose to Georgia Tech. You must really suck. Yeah.
Tough too. That's
And
a
then
tough out.
and again, much like his predictions, he's hoping he's just as right about that as he is about this.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, man.
All right.
Oh.
That is your preview of college football talk that you can catch every Tuesday at the Herb Raj podcast at 8 o'clock.
Chomp chomp. Let's go.
So the first matchup we will talk about is the women's ladder match for the North American title. Currently, we have Zarya, Sol Ruka, Izzy Dame, Kalani Jordan, with 2 other participants to be named this Tuesday in various matches. So do you think it will be one of those 4 or one of the 2 we haven't been named yet? Or what do you think is going to happen there, John?
I don't know, man. I have a sneaky suspicion they're going to go 2-time champ, and they're going to put it back on Kalani. It's a very sneaking suspicion. I'm looking at the car. I look to who's fighting on Tuesday. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And Izzy just won the speed championship, and I'm like, okay, that takes care of that.
Soul just won the speed
Soul.
championship.
That was my pick.
Yeah.
She won the speed, and I went, that's okay. That takes care of that then.
That's what I said.
Yeah, Izzy's close. She's not yet. I think they pull the 2-time. They give it back to her. Yeah.
Didn't she win the first one in a ladder match too?
Yeah.
Like the original one was one of the ladder match.
She has the leverage. She has I already won one of these, so I think I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna go out on a rung. See what I did there?
Nice.
I'm gonna say Kalani is your 2-time North American Women's Champion at the end of Stand and Deliver.
All right, EC, our NXT expert, what you think?
Well, I think a lot. I mean, you obviously want to know who the final two are, but like I can say, at least one of these final two matches, I'm about 90% sure this is going to be Cora Jade versus Lola Vice.
I knew it.
Which I would fully expect Cora Jade to win that match. So I'm just gonna off of that. I can see where you're going with the Kalani thing, but I think her winning the same type of match twice, I don't know that they would pull a trigger on that. They could, but I wouldn't expect it. Yeah, the whole I would have picked Sol Ruka if she hadn't just won the Speed Championship.
That's what I'm saying.
I actually think we're all in agreement of that.
I
I
think
had the same pick too. I had the exact same thing. I was going for Soul, and I saw that, and I'm like, "There's no way they'll let her be a double champ."
that's
So
what I was like.
Yeah, I guess it makes for good show for us because otherwise we'd all pick Soul, and this would have already been over with. So at least it gives us a chance to think about it.
Yeah.
So
I would say out of the four that are in there right now, I would pick Zarya, just because, like the little kind of tease of her and Soul being like, "No, I'm gonna be champion," but. See, it's hard to say with those things because you still got two more people to go in, and
yeah,
just off of the match that I was saying, I would pick Cora, but if she's not in that, I would go with Zarya.
so I mean that's up to you. Do you want to take the gamble and say Cora makes it in and wins it?
I'm gonna. Well, yeah, that's the card I've been pushing for 4 years, so I'm gonna go with. I don't have any of my merch out here right now, but Cora Jade.
There we go. Cora Jade makes it into the match and wins the North American title.
I
Sped,
like it.
what do you think?
I'm going Zarya. As soon as I seen Sol Ruka win, I was like, "Yep, they're giving that to Zarya. It's time. Pull the damn trigger. Make her heel and pull the trigger." That is one bad mama jumba right there. She is throwing people around every single week. I'm sitting there going, "Look at this. Look, I want to see how far she throws this girl today. Like, please throw her further. All right. If she throws someone into the crowd this week, I'll get on X and be like, yo, mind blown. All right. We just witnessed her just gorilla press someone and chucking them, into the crowd. Bye. Yeah. So I'm definitely going with the muscle. Going with the muscle on this one.
Okay. So I mean, I'm kind of on the same thought as like the other two participants with EC. I think Cora Jade could be one of them. I could see that match with her and Lola Vice. I think obviously the other one's going to be somebody from Fatal Attraction, just because they've played that up enough. It's going to be one of those three in the other spot. And as much as I hate to agree with Sped, I think it's going to be Zarya. My pick in the beginning was Soul because I thought it was going to be either Soul or Zarya. And just like you guys, when I saw that she won the Speed Championship, they're obviously not going to make her a double champ because they haven't done it to anybody yet. And I doubt they would start with the NXT North American champion to do that with. If you were going to do that,
Sorry, go ahead. I'll bring that up in a minute.
But yeah, definitely going to go with Zarya on this one.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
All right. Not bad.
All right. Next
Careful when you talk about double champ. Careful when you talk about double champions. Mandy Rose might come for you. Watch out. Okay, listen.
That's true. That's a good point. My bad.
Be careful. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want any of that rose smoke.
Listen.
At some point, all people, the jealousy of Stephanie Vauquier is ridiculous.
It is.
And I even retweeted what she follows us. I met her before. I met her at a meet and greet. It was great. She's awesome. I retweeted. I said, honestly, you were a double champ. it was a unification match. Technically, you became one. Not taking it away from you, but it was total one. That's what it was.
And here's the thing. She knows that, but she's not going to get clicks by saying that.
Oh, of course.
She's got to promote all her other stuff so she can make her millions of dollars that she's making more than she ever made at WWE that she talks about. So she's got to be able to say that to get the extra clicks.
Absolutely. I agree.
So, I mean, more power to her for promoting her business and promoting herself and all that, but it is what it is there.
That's
it. Stampede goes with Zarya as well. That's the only other prediction I see in the comments. So we will move right along to the match that you see there. It is the men's North American title. You have Ricky Saints up against one of the four from the Final Four-Way this week, Eddie Thorpe, All Ego Ethan Page, Lexus King, and Wes Lee. EC, who do you think is going to win the four-way, and do you think they have a chance to dethrone Ricky Saints?
No, I
That's an easy answer.
I don't.
Go ahead.
So. I think
in a word, no.
Yeah.
I think the revolution is here to stay for a little while. With what I would say, shut up. With Wes, he's already been. With Wes, he's already been there. I think he's just kind of there to be an exciting part of the match. With his high flying ability and as good as he is. I'm not even going to talk about Lexus King.
My way, my life.
Until you know what? He should take advice from Nick and just get rid of that beard.
You should. I
would go for him and go on babyface.
Is his painted on though? I thought his was painted on.
No, it's not painted on. It's
no.
real.
Oh God, dude, he tries to look like the guy from Ready to Rumble. I don't know if you remember that movie. Yeah. I am the king. Yeah.
But not to make my answer too long. I think Ricky Saints retains.
All right, Sped, do you agree?
Yeah,
do you think one of the four-way takes it?
No, Saints is retaining. They love this dude. Everybody in NXT loves this guy. You can hear it in the crowd.
He's got the pose going on.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I think All Ego probably wins the four-way, but there's no way he's dethroning Ricky Saints. This is really I think this is his first title defense, isn't it? Because I don't think the other match was like he got attacked from All Ego right after he won the title. So they definitely aren't going to let him lose his first title defense. He's only had the title for a couple of weeks. So it's definitely going to be Ricky Saints, but I think it'll be over All Ego Ethan Page. I think as long as Eddie Thorpe doesn't win, because I feel like Eddie Thorpe like you do about Lexus King. So as long as it's not Eddie Thorpe, I'm okay with it.
We just to give you a little laugh, just heel character Eddie Thorpe. I renamed him in the crowd a while back to Edward Thorpe, just to kind of make him sound like a geek.
I like that,
and that's appropriate because he is. John, what do you think? Do you think somebody from the four-way takes it, or you agree that Ricky Saints goes over?
There's a no. Saints doesn't.
I love it.
Listen,
I freaking love it.
It's nice and cute that they have this little four-way. And shout out to Edward Thorpe for having.
Yeah.
I don't know if the look on Wes's face when he said what he said. He's like, oh,
yeah.
What did you just say to him?
Yeah.
Great promo by Eddie, but it's cute to have this to just get to the sexy pick here out of the four people. It's gonna be All Ego. No one's taking it off of Saints. Saints for the win.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, pretty straightforward there. I thought pretty sure we all were going to go the same direction, regardless of who won in the four-way.
He tried to give him a chance, though.
Yeah, they tried, and he fumbled it.
At the one.
I don't even know if he made it. He may have made it to like the 30. I don't know if he made it to the one. Either way. Next up, you have another kind of multi-person match. You have the tag team gauntlet match on Tuesday to have the honor of facing the tag team of Fraxium. In that match, you have the NQCC, Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne. You have Hank and Tank. You have the calling of Brooks and Nico, Brooks and Inamura, and then Tyreek and Tyson. Sped, you're up first on this one. Who do you think wins the gauntlet, and do you think they dethrone Fraxium?
First off, thank you, Sammy, for the follow. We hit 346, getting real close to that 400 by WrestleMania.
Thank you very much,
so
Sammy.
Thank you. Man, I know this is where I said this is where Fraxium dies. I don't know who gets it though. Maybe Hank and Tank. I'm gonna go with Hank and Tank.
All right. Pulling for Hank and Tank in the gauntlet, and then to overthrow Fraxium is Sped. I agree with part of that. I do think this is where Fraxium kind of implodes and finally loses their title. They are the longest reigning title holders in NXT at this point. So I do think it's about time. They've both had really great matches on the main roster, so I could both see both of them getting called up. This may be their swan song goodbye to NXT. And then to do that, you need to hand it to a tag team that can take that and give the same level of matches, not necessarily the same level of speed. And to me, really the main tag team that could do that, and somebody that I think needs to get the rub and needs to have a push, is the NQCC in Tavion and Miles. So that's going to be my pick to win the gauntlet and to dethrone Fraxium is Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne of the NQCC.
I get that. That's a good one.
John, who you got?
I do. I was saying it for a long time, then I stopped because it just kept being wrong. So I was like, okay, Fraxium just hold. Okay, fine. We're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. But they kind of laid off that stuff. They got away from that where it's not obvious. I think this is where the same way you guys, the same reign. This is the swan song. I think after Mania, you see these guys going up on the. I'm probably splitting them up. Unfortunately, I think one goes to Raw, one goes to SmackDown to start. But I don't know, man. Speaking of someone who's like, I think you need a team that's going to come out there and really be able to just kind of handle the competition. They got a lot more coming down the road, obviously with ID and a lot of the people. I think it's Brooks and company, man. Brooks has been doing a lot of work, a lot of yeoman's work, winning a lot of matches, but not the big ones, man. Rossi and Nomura, I'm telling you, I think they go that way. I think Brooks they finally get it, and they're that big team that can hold on to it for a few months because they're so big, they're so powerful, great move sets in the ring, off the ropes, outside the ring. I think, Brooks and Nomura. Sorry. Yeah.
Hey, it's Briggs. You're right. Briggs ain't anymore.
I said Briggs. Jesus.
Yeah. EC, what you got?
Yeah, I'm kind of there too, where it's like being at NXT every week and like seeing these matches with Fraxium and thinking every single time Fraxium's gonna lose their title, and it just hits you right in the face. I'm gonna go ahead and eliminate what's their name? TNT, right?
Tyreek and Tyson.
Yeah, and also Hank and Tank, because go away, get out.
I love it.
You gotta find yourself. You gotta be what you. Yo, that promo from the Street Profits was wild. Yo, they just kept. I was like, how far can we go till they crack?
And that's what scares me about not picking them is the fact that they're letting them interact with the Street Profits and stuff like that. Not to walk all over your prediction, but seeing that interaction almost made me pick them. But I had to go with my gut.
Yeah,
promo was fire.
Well, I'm lucky because like 2-3 weeks ago, they had a match, and like this is the I'm like front row camera guys like staring. At least it looked like he had his camera right on me, and I wasn't looking behind me at the stage or nothing, but like I heard Hank and Tank's music hit, and I just did the biggest eye roll I think I've ever done. And luckily that didn't. Team. Oh yeah, I mean it was bad. Luckily it wasn't on TV, but I'm just from the teams that are in here. I also am gonna go with Tavion and Miles. I'm just gonna correct Mike here because he said something incorrect.
Oh.
It's the Ren QCC.
Oh, my bad. You're right. My bad.
So that's who I'm going with.
I think catch that before Stampede.
I think they have enough of an interest level and that they can carry those titles. Compared to these other 4 teams.
That's a good pick too. Yep.
Good pick.
Yep. And you've already picked yours, right, Sped? You picked.
Yeah. The only reason why I think they're going to take this off is because Frazier had a great match with Ray Phoenix a couple weeks ago.
You know? Look at Axiom and Gunther a couple weeks ago over in Spain.
He had a great match too. It's just these guys are way too damn good to be in NXT still. And I understand. We always talk about who's next when it comes to NXT's men's side, because the women's, they're stacked going through the women's side. Who's next for the tag team? I mean, they've definitely put a lot of emphasis on growing this tag team division down there in NXT, and no matter where you go, Briggs, NC, no catch quarter crew, Hank and Tank. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you go with. It's going to be fun to watch, down the road, especially with the kids from the ID coming up too. Those are going to be fun to watch when they come up.
Yeah, and if I had to go to the second pick, I mean, you need to look at the culling too, because obviously they just formed that group, and to have Izzy Dame lose and then have them lose in this too, something tells me they need to give somebody a win in that group. So this would be, I mean, this may be a fact where they do that too. So that kind of scared me as well. But definitely going with what's that?
Blame Sean Spears for only holding a title for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, Hank and Tank are definitely a comedy tag team, and they're not a very good comedy tag team.
No. No.
No, stop with the honk honk. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will see if everybody agrees that Oba will retain here in a little bit. Thank you, Mr. Quake. We appreciate it.
The ruler.
Oh. I told my wife when I saw you I was gonna do the call, the bird lady for you. So
Look right here.
Yeah, I can't wait till she turns heel at WrestleMania. All right. That's getting less and less.
Right, damn it.
That's getting less and less each week too. Everyone in the front row is like, "Do we do it now? No, no."
They don't know when to do it. Exactly. Like, oh, shit.
I don't understand what's so difficult about it, because
it's not difficult.
We created that at NXT, and it on par.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a lot easier for 200, 300 people to do it in the NXT arena as opposed to a few thousand trying to be all together.
The music's the music.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Woo! Boom, boom, boom.
I get that. I'm not arguing that fact. I'm just trying to help out and say, look, maybe it's just the fact that there's a sheer number of people, because they can't get their own chance right on the main roster. Like when they do the John Cena sucks and go Cena chats, like they're all fighting each other because they can't ever get lined up together. So I mean, it's not just that one.
Just say what you want to say. In reality, that the NXT crowd is superior.
Far superior. 100%. Yes, that we can all agree. That is a prediction we will all get right, and we will all agree on.
International crowd, NXT crowd, regular crowd.
It's live, and it's colorful every single week.
I did appreciate how on Friday they're trying to do the Cody Rhodes. Come on, guys, stop!
Yeah.
Come on,
don't
do that. That's not you. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's very annoying.
Yeah. Don't do that. That's not you. Don't be better. Be better. Don't do that.
Americans are loud and obnoxious. All right. If you want to be that way, just bring out the bullhorn. You sit up in the freaking nosebleeds the whole time in the nosebleeds. All right.
You might as well just bring back the beach ball.
Thank you. And cowbells.
Hey,
all right. Good God.
That was right down the street from me, man. We still use the beach ball, bro.
I haven't seen that beach ball since Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns.
Bob?
Oh my God!
Didn't Cesaro at one time catch it and pop it in front of everybody?
Yeah.
Him that did that.
Ripped it wide open too.
Yeah.
That crap was hilarious. He was like, "Screw your damn beach volleyball."
Yeah.
But moving on to the first championship match, the first singles championship match of the night, you have Stephanie McCool putting her title up on the line against Julia, Jada Parker, and Jordan Grace. I will go first on this one, since everybody else has gone first on all the other ones. I actually think it is going to be Julia regaining her title here at Stnd and Deliver in this four-way. I think it's going to be a great showing with all of them. I think Stephanie McCool is probably closer heading to the main roster than anybody in this group. So I think, again, kind of like I was mentioning with Fraxium, this may be her swan song kind of thing. So I think she actually drops it to Julia. You see Jordan Grace move on and take on a good feud between those two going forward. But yeah, I think I think Julia ends up taking it from Stephanie McCool in this match. John?
Interesting. So, McCool and Julia, I think, cancel each other out. Yes, Vakor is ready for the main roster. Hell, Julia could go up there tomorrow. That match that they had to unify, obviously Julia injured, whatever the reason, that's not my blow off. That's not the match that's going to end the two before they go their separate ways and meet on the main roster. So that they're not going anywhere yet. But those two, I think, cancel each other out in the match. Jordan Grace, the Juggernaut, obviously in here, a very big favorite on all four. I don't know.
Gosh.
It might be a little. What's up?
No, I'm just been anticipating what you're about to say, and I'm like, okay.
Jordan Grace, it's too soon. She needs a little more. I need a couple more feuds. I need something solid. This woman has been This woman has been in title matches already. No more contenders. She's won. She's lost. She's been there. Jada Parker deserves her flowers. The woman has been winning matches, losing some big ones. She's been there. She's been doing the work. She's been getting 100% better in the ring. Great on the mic. The other three, they have some things to do in NXT with each other. Jordan Grace, I think, goes off somewhere else. Someone maybe gets involved in the match. Don't know. We'll see what happens. But Jada Parker wins this match and becomes your new NXT Women's Champion.
Oh, Lord.
All right. EC, what'd you think?
I couldn't disagree with that anymore, possibly. I agree with parts of it, but not the end of that. I gotta go with Stephanie until she gets beaten. I mean, it sounds stupid, but until she gets beaten, she's the leader of the hottest women's division in the entire world, La Primera.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sped, are you going to round it out and pick Jordan Grace? That way we all have a different person, or do you agree with one of us? Or?
I'm going with Stephanie Vakor because I think they're setting up the Julia versus Stephanie Vakor stuff later.
See, I agree they could do that too, but I think it would make more sense for Julia to win it back since everybody knew she was injured. Yeah, and kind of go back and forth. Now then they have if you want to have a farewell match, have a rubber match down the line. So
bring it to Hershey, damn it. Or Baltimore.
They're not
all
going
right,
back
or
to Hershey.
DC. Yeah, they are coming back to Hershey. Watch.
Mr. Quake thinks it's Julia.
Although
he also thinks we have a pseudo celebrity, MJF's half brother here.
Yeah.
Hold on. First off, keep that up. I don't know if you saw it, big man, John, but the reason why you weren't at our prediction show for AEW Dynasty is because his ass was in Philadelphia helping out the Hurt Syndicate, all right, winning the tag team titles. All right?
Damn it.
How convenient that he's here for a non-AEW show, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
So you guys anything? You guys suck.
I guess if he wins the NXT title, it's not going to be a belt anymore. It's going to make it to a ring so he can carry it around.
Yeah, a douchey ring.
Yeah. Oh my God. Put it as a devil's mask. Just wear the devil's mask from now on. You know.
I will say this though. Blue-haired heel Julia is about to change the game.
Oh, she's about to hurt some people. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same guy mentioned that
playtime's over.
Julia's going to be.
Yeah. Let's go. Playtime's over.
Yeah.
Playtime is over.
You know,
she's gonna hurt some people, bro.
After she attacked,
you should know.
After she attacked Stephanie and left the ring the other night, I was like, it's like, way to go, Julia, or something. And if looks could kill the look she gave me, I would not be here.
I wish I still had that video of you and Dom fighting, so I could play it up here.
I have those videos.
A little backstory. He was yelling at Dom in the shark cage, and Dom told him to go F himself, and he told him to go fuck himself. So they were just yelling at each other for like 5 minutes like that. It was awesome.
Dominic
and with the guys on the islands. What's your name? Who are you?
That's good.
Let's just say Dominic probably will never forget War Games in Chicago.
He won't. No, he won't.
That man was locked in a cage right in front of me for about half an hour.
Now I gotta go back and watch that shit. I gotta go back.
If you see when he covers his ears, that's because we would not stop yelling at him.
he sent me the video of it. He's yelling at him, and Dom's got his ears covered. And I'm like, I just saw that on TV. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that after. I'm gonna see that after. Yep. That's awesome.
That's a good line too. Michael from Kicking At It 2. Thanks for joining us. Kicking At It 2 podcast every Tuesday at 8:00. You censored one F, but then you just let it fly on the other one. So good job there, buddy.
Whoa, okay.
My bad. That's my fault.
What are we doing?
I'm not gonna swear.
Well, and
Yeah,
it's not that he was censoring himself. The first one was from Dom's point of view, so he had to censor it because WWE wouldn't let him. But the other one was the crowd perspective, and they say whatever the hell they want. So
yeah, that's true. No ye.
Yeah, like he's protecting Dom or something.
I am protecting Dom. If I could be his manager, that'd be
somebody's
great.
got to.
Well,
Don
Cabra.
Sped and Live for custody of Dom battle.
Are you jealous of Liv? Is that what's going on here?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Taylor.
WrestleMania 53, Liv Morgan versus Sped Rock for custody of Dom 2.0.
Yeah, ladder match. Right? I'll let her throw me off the ladder.
That man with his knees, he wouldn't be able to climb a ladder.
Not anymore now.
Good stuff.
Oh, that's great. Good
Stephanie
times.
Valkyrie for the win. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So two Stephanies, a Jada Parker, and a Julia at that one. Next up, we have the main event of the evening, the triple threat match for the NXT Men's Championship. Oba Femi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans. EC, you're the NXT expert. We'll let you go first on this one.
I picking Oba. Oba, like, I think is not ready to go up yet. And Trick, I feel like this is the goodbye match.
Really?
I think Javon could be NXT champion. I just don't think it's right now. I'm going with the ruler. He's too dominant.
Oh.
John Edmund?
It's not a bark, Sped. It's not.
I know. I'm trying to get my dog to bark too.
Maker, damn it. That's broad.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh boy, this is a good one. This got booked.
Where the hell everybody go?
Oba drops it. I think Oba does get the call. I think he's done his work as US. He's done his work as NXT. I think he gets the call. I'm sure they have a space for him. But here's the thing. So between Javon and Trick, I don't know how, I don't know when or where in the match, but I'm telling you, Dark State is going to have a hand in it. And I feel like one of these two, they're going the route. And we all know this is like almost a new breed of the Shield, right? One of these two is going to be the leader. I've been saying for a long time, I'm telling you, it's going to be the leader. But I'm moving more toward Javon for the relationship that he has with a couple of the dudes. But I'm going to go Trick. Trick wins.
Huh. Okay.
All right. Sped?
All right, look, I do think we're gonna find out who the leader is in this match. All right, and
I'll give a bold prediction on that at the end. By the way,
okay,
I think I'm going to say the same thing, so I'm glad you waited.
I'm gonna say Javon Evans wins this match, and he's the leader of Retribution 2.0.
So we've got a Shield and a Retribution 2.0. That's crazy.
I mean,
he does it all the time, and I defend it all the time because this is so much better than anything Retribution ever.
Yeah, it is better than what they've done. That's why I think
trash cans out in the parking lot.
And look, John, you and I had an interview with Dijak, and we talked about Retribution. This is a million times better and better thought out, better planned than anything Retribution ever did.
Like, here's your mask. I'm like, well,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Mr. Clay, I'll push back on that. The athletes in Retribution weren't the problem. It's the fact that there was no planning. It was the fact that there was no story for it. It was the person at the head of the table, not that head of the table.
No.
At the head of the board, I guess would be the way to put it. Well, no, not the head of the board. No, that's The Rock. It was the person running the company. Oh, wait, no, not Triple H. It was the old guy in charge at the time.
Yeah.
Tell him
who specifically did not know anything. Nice. His face and LA Knight's gimmick. That's awesome. But yeah, no, this is so much better than Retribution ever was. It is. I wouldn't call it the Shield just yet. It's closer to the Shield than I would say it is to Retribution.
I'm still going with it.
It gives me what Nexus started off to be when they first came, without John Cena to kill him.
Yeah.
Nexus.
So
Just to throw that in.
they started out.
Nexus.
They started out pretty badass until John Cena said, "No, that's not going to
So,
happen."
yeah, John
gonna-
Cena
Sounds like
really
a
put that
workout,
together.
brother.
See this gold shovel?
He really did. He really did bury every single last member of that group too. He was like, Heath Slater, you're going to 3-man group.
He has
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, your kids.
Wade, we've got some bad news, bro.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh,
that worked
gosh.
out for him. I think that worked out for him because people still love that bad news Barrett stuff.
Oh, it's such a good. Boom.
So, all right. And as far as my prediction on the match, you guys have picked all three people so far, so I guess I will kind of be the tiebreaker here. I think we actually do find out who the leader of the Dark State is this week. I don't think it's any of the three.
No.
I actually think it's going to be Stacks from the family. They've got that 6-person coming up, or that parking lot brawl coming up this Tuesday. I think that's where Stacks turns on the family, and you actually find out Stacks is the leader of Dark State. I don't know that they get involved in this match. I think they're going to turn their attention to other things as far as that feud and everything else. They may actually add a match to Stand and Deliver. If they do, we will try to get predictions over X for that. But I actually think Stacks comes out as the leader of the Dark State. But in this match, I think it's Obafemi that keeps it for now, and then maybe has a farewell before he gets called up very soon to the main roster. But I think Oba retains here.
Oh.
Ooh.
And I will ask, EC, was that what you were thinking as well, or did you have a different thought on who the leader of the Dark State was?
No, I agree 100%. I think Stacks is turning on Tony D specifically, but
Finally.
yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
And you say that, like you say, swinging for the fence, Mike, but they've been leading to it. I mean, they've had seeds planted for at least a month now that there's been some dissension there. And just the fact that they're jumping in with Dark State, you know, they started doing it with the culling at first with those guys and Sean, where they've kind of leaked it and teased it there. But now it's even more so with Dark State that he's kind of like taking that role on his own. And I think that's going to be his version of the next family to show that he isn't an underboss anymore. He is the boss.
Yeah, and to go off of that, like you said, it's been planted for, I would say, a couple months now? Because it's like this whole thing started where, Stacks couldn't get the job done, and Tony was like, he tried to make decisions, and Tony was like, you're the underboss, but I'm the Don. And then, in the last couple weeks with these dinners and meetings they've been having where Tony's like, I trust you, you can trust me. Like, and then, this past week where it's Stacks that comes on the Titantron to speak to
The Dark State,
the Dark State. Like, this isn't, just in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, they've definitely been teasing that for sure. And I guess speaking of that, we'll kind of talk about it, even though it's not part of the card. EC and I have both kind of let our thoughts known about that. How do you think that street fight or parking lot brawl goes down on Tuesday, John?
No, I mean, after that promo came out, as far as what happened last Tuesday when it ended, I'm in the same brain thinking that Stacks is going to take this opportunity to kind of make his own jump and be the boss instead of just now being the underboss and being under Tony's thumb. So that's a prediction and a great call. Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Tony's going through a car. Tony's going through a car.
An NXT parking lot, bro. Woo!
He's going through a car. EC, park your car out there. You get a new window. Park your car out there. Get a new window. All right.
I have to walk through that parking lot every Tuesday night.
Ooh.
Hey, listen. If you get jumped, you get jumped. All right.
I think
Just don't
there's
get
a reason they don't let us drive over there.
I bet.
And Mr. Greg, I agree. I think Dark State does win that match, obviously, with everything going on. I don't think there's any way they let Dark State lose.
No.
No, I agree with that.
This is the toughest place on the planet. Yes, it's definitely the toughest place to go through.
That's 100%.
Hard knocks, baby. NXT parking lot.
All right. So, I'll ask you first, EC, on this one. We'll do one more question, and then we'll tell everybody where you can find each other, and we'll let you get out of here. for all of us. Do you see them adding any other matches to Stand and Deliver this coming Tuesday? Since they're still kind of baking the card out, which is
so I'm interested to see where that whole segment with Fatal Influence and Lash and Jakara and Roxanne, because obviously Ava was just like, oh, I've got an idea for you guys, and Roxanne kind of threw out is this going to be a stupid tag team match because I don't have a partner. But
that'd be badass.
I'm kind of, and I think whatever they're thinking, this match, some kind of match where these women is going to get added. I just don't know what it'll be. So my assumption the whole time is, going back on what I said earlier with the women's North American ladder match with Cora, and the Lola match, is that if Lola ends up winning this match, then in my head I'm thinking this is 100% somehow going to be a 3-team tag team match with Cora and Roxanne meeting back up as a team. I just don't know what the states of this match could possibly be. But I do think this match will get added to NXT.
okay. John, do you have any ideas do you think they'll add any matches since it is Stand and Deliver? They've only got 5 matches currently.
That's exactly what I was thinking. The same thing with that segment, with that, where everyone's like, let me think. I think I got something on the same thing. I think that's the only other way we go. 6 matches. I think that they're going to let a lot of them cook. The Fatal 4-Way, the Triple Threat, the ladder match itself is going to cook too. So I think they want to give them a lot of time. 6 matches is definitely good for the NXT Stand and Deliver pay-per-view. I'm here for it.
Sped, same thoughts, or do you think anything else gets added?
No, I got nothing else to add to it. I just know that my match of the night is probably going to be that women's North American ladder match. They're gonna go nuts. Listen, if we see Sol Ruka hit that her finisher off the ladder, I would
onto a ladder.
Well, didn't she do that in the first one too? She hit that on somebody on the first one. I can't remember if it was off the ladder or somebody was coming off the ladder or something like that.
I'm saying though, like she just like does a flip off the side. Say like they're 5 steps up, right? And she just flips off the side. Yeah,
I don't know.
Bam! Right there. That'd be sick as shit. You know, like
like that.
She's gonna hit Dario with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be bigger than what was it, Kalisto, when he did the move off the top.
Okay, first off, don't ever put Sol Ruka in the same sentence as Kalisto. Do not
Kalisto was good,
disrespect her that way.
Yeah.
No, before all that Lucha Bull, yeah, he's actually a good wrestler.
I could see her, if they're not going to give it to Zarya, I could see her hitting the Soul Snatcher on Zarya like that.
Yeah,
By
that'd be
accident,
dope.
like there's a scrum together, and then everybody else gets pushed away, and Zarya's the only one left there. Yeah, I could see something like that.
I still see
I
Zarya
agree.
killing everybody in that match, man. I don't know why, but I'm just praying she throws someone into the stands, right into the crowd. Just throws them into the crowd. Bye. We don't need you no more.
Yeah, and I've spent the last week since we announced this, and they were talking about that, especially when after Tuesday, when they were saying there's to be determined. Thinking, is there another free agent that they're going to bring in to make a big splash that we haven't even seen yet that they're going to put in there? And I couldn't think of anybody, thankfully, so that's why I felt pretty confident going with Zarya, because I mean I expected like, oh, here's Gail Kim or something like that, but I'm like, nah, it's a little crazy. I mean, it's just go ahead.
I was gonna say with that 6 match, like the second of the remaining 2 qualifier matches, if I had to guess who that could possibly involve, I would say, I can't think of who all the heels are right now, but like as far as babyface stands, I would say either Carmen or Tatum Paxley. I'm trying.
I mean, if it's Tatum, you could do somebody from Fatal Influence, since they've had the tag teams had a little bit.
Yeah, I think JC Jane, because Fallon, or no, it was Jasmine that lost, right?
Yeah, Jasmine lost to Soul this past week.
So yeah, it could either be JC or Fallon. I guess that would be a 2 heel group, but to me, Tatum, I don't know how it comes across on TV, but Tatum is like one of the most popular people when it comes to that building. And she would make this match so much more entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I do hope they add some. If they do add some, keep keep track of all of our X's. We've given them at the beginning of the show. I'll let everybody give their own X, and we will. And EC, I'll message you that way you can give us your pick because I know you're doing a lot of traveling and stuff as we mentioned early on. We will make those predictions and add them on to the rest of these. Sped is our official scorekeeper. We'll make sure that he gets whatever pick gets added on. He's got everything written down, so there's no. He doesn't have to remember it. It's all written down.
Toilet paper? What are you doing, bro?
Yeah, this is 10-ply.
That is the running official toilet paper that we're keeping score on.
You got to remember, he lives in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania.
On the mountain.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's homemade paper that he went out and cut down trees and pressed and everything for. He had to do
I
it.
had to go give 3 chickens to the Amish guy down the road to make sure this happened. All right.
That's what he used his beard hair for. He made paper out of it. Who knows?
Well, he really had to shave. You had to give the hair. I just get a dozen eggs, bro. Look at you can make it. You can pick a piece
there's some Amish kid wearing Sped's beard now, so he could have that sheet of paper.
Hey, hold on. That means he's married if he's got a beard.
He was a man. He had a beard.
He had a beard. Baby Jesus the best, okay?
Oh no.
That's why he shaved his beard. He wanted to be baby Jesus.
He said the only thing you ever done in your life is make a hot daughter. Meanwhile, he's a Vietnam veteran.
Oh my God.
Ricky Bobby, baby. You ain't first, you're last.
She said if we wanted a bunch of babies, we would name it medicine with something. I don't remember how she said Quinn Boy or medicine or something like that. Oh God, I fucking love that movie. And no, I don't have any more Dr. Pepper, so how am I supposed to drink it? See?
All right then. All right. John with Chair Shot Sports, let everybody know where they can find you.
Everywhere. All the socials. X, IG, YouTube, Facebook, all of it. Even over on Twitch too. You can find all the same what you see at Chair Shot Sports. Follow us for every Monday after Raw, every Friday after SmackDown, every Wednesday. I'm the co-host with On the Lowdown with Jesse B, all things AEW, and also tons of interviews, tons of prediction shows, all the good stuff. So definitely like, subscribe, ring the bell. Do the thing.
Also, coming up in about 30 minutes, you have a WrestleMania prediction show featuring a special guest.
We do, yeah. Myself, Matt Trigger, Jesse B, as I just talked about, will be joining us. Will joining me, talking about WrestleMania in the card, night 1 and 2, and also being joined by a WWE icon in the Attitude Era, if you will. Who's next? He might be, I don't know. Dwayne Gill, you might know him as Gilbert. Joining us,
Gilbert.
giving us his rundown of the WrestleMania card as well. So
I loved his little sparkler entrance. He come out and they put sparklers up, and he's like, ah!
He just does the face like. He just,
I love it. Oh my God!
It's gonna be fun. We're excited.
God,
100%. Make sure you tune in almost 30 minutes from now. 37 minutes to be exact, to Chair Shot Sports, all the Chair Shot Sports media channels for that, as well as Chair Shot on X, Twitter, Twitch, whatever it's called. EC, I know you got a lot going on this week. Tell us where we can find you and tell us what you're doing.
As far as social medias, below ECBITW, same on Instagram with an underscore because they decided to delete my Instagram last year. So I had to make a new one. This week's going to be...
Is the underscore at the beginning, like underscore ECBITW?
No, it's at the end.
At the end, okay. Just make sure everybody knows. That way everybody knows where to go.
If you want the photography side of things, that's where all that stuff is. So Twitter's more of a photography / opinionated area. But yeah, this week's gonna be interesting. Leave on Wednesday. We got a bunch of WWE World stuff. Obviously, Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania, and Raw. I'm not doing SmackDown this year.
Oh wow!
But for the first time, I'll be doing a couple of these WWE ID indie shows. So
nice. There you go. About time.
Yeah.
About time.
Zeta Steel versus Izzy Moreno on Friday night. Or on
That
Friday
match
afternoon, I should say.
Slap.
Oh, can't wait for that match.
Oh yeah.
Glad to see Izzy getting a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's cool. I've known Izzy since she was a little girl at NXT. So, like now she's taller than me. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
But it's gonna be fun.
And not to backtrack too much, John did forget the one main place that you can find him. That is every Wednesday night trying to join the Hurt Syndicate.
I know.
Thank you,
I
Michael.
know.
Thank you, Michael, from Kicking At It too, for reminding us of that. I did forget that. So
You did
yes,
too
thank you
damn
for
good.
bringing that back
Join-
up.
Join the
Listen,
prediction show,
listen.
but you
I
go
heard you.
help out the Hurt Syndicate.
I was gonna
We
say
hurt people, damn it.
What's
I
up,
was gonna
Carol?
say
Thank you for joining us.
He conveniently mentioned AEW and not WWE.
Sped Brother, tell them where they can find you, man.
Anywhere that says Sped Rock, just look it up on Google. It's right there. All right, I'm the only one in the world that uses it.
Everyone else
you go.
gives a long-winded 4-minute speech. Sped's like, Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a douche.
The one,
Douche.
the only Sped Rock.
The only
He doesn't
one.
even- He doesn't
The
even put
only
the
one.
full name on there.
No, because I don't need
Because
to.
he doesn't
All you
have
do
to.
is type in
There you go.
SG3D. That's it. And then you see Sped Rock on Google. I'm like, all right, what's up?
Trust
Yeah.
me, that's been brought up in plenty of production meetings that he doesn't put the full name on there.
Nope, I don't.
As someone who's
Nope.
trying to promote this,
You
I've
guys
mentioned
were
that in many
talking about it on
meetings.
Thursday, too.
Terrible.
It's
But
funny
for
'cause-
Sped and myself, you can find
Yeah.
him on X. It's SP3DROCK. Make sure you go to his Twitch, subscribe, follow his Twitch. We do a 30-minute run in behind the scenes that you can catch 30 minutes before we go live every show, kind of setting everything up, talking about everything but wrestling. A little bit of behind the scenes content for you guys. So make sure you go follow him there. Myself, you can find at _Big Mike 27 pretty much on all socials. And search for at Big Mike 27 on YouTube or the Run In Wrestling podcast. Big week of shows. I showed you guys at the beginning, and we will put it up again. We have a different show every week. Watch alongs on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We have the Run In Explains WrestleMania on Wednesday, where we talk to Herb and Raj from the Herb and Raj podcast that you saw earlier, where we explain WrestleMania to them because they're casual fans, don't watch week to week. And then Thursday night, we have another big slate. I will be posting on X our guests for the WrestleMania prediction show on Thursday. So for the guys there, John, EC, Sped, I am Big Mike. We appreciate you tuning in. Enjoy wrestling and happy WrestleMania week.